Scorpio friends, thank you for joining me. I'm David, and we're doing your heart spread here. Very special at the beach edition for the first half of June 2021. I'm clarify with the Klimt art deck if I have to. Try to keep clarifying with a clean deck here. Let me just put this here. Starting to get a little bit of wind here at the beach. Really beautiful Scorpios. But thank you for joining me here. Um, Appreciate all your likes and everybody subscribing. We're going to look here with the heart spreads, like my flagship reading I've been doing for years. It's just 8 cards, and we'll look at you and your person, see how you're doing together, get some advice from spirit. And let's put a little energy on them. I shuffled after the Libra read, and I want to mention this Thursday. So every Thursday is always going to be the heart spread and also the singles spread. I call the 4 pillars. And this is for both on Thursdays, Libra and Scorpios. And Fridays is Sag and Capricorn, and Aquarius and Pisces Saturdays. So I do 2 signs, start with Aries and Taurus on Mondays and go right through the week, every week. So let there be no doubt when your reading's out. Right now I'm just kind of going, I'm not so big on the times. It's crazy to think like the kind of energy we're often talking about it's going to turn on a dime now. But take a close look at your natal chart. We could nail down some dates and stuff based upon personal transits to natal energy and uh, personal planets to the outer planet transits, really. But here, I mean, it's whenever you watch it, I think, but it's supposed to be for the first half of June, guys. So this is you, 4 swords, where your heart and mind is at in terms of relationships right now. This is going to be your person, 10 of Wands person. I'm going to start using my beads here from the wind. I love it though. Thank you, Guy and Mother, for letting us use your studio, which is so kind, first of all. And second, thank you for the breeze. It's kind of getting hot. We still have the butterflies migrating. I just hope maybe you can see them around me. They're there. Not quite the numbers I thought they'd be in, but it's just beautiful. So your person has 10 of Wands energy here, Scorpio. You guys are, I like to look at this energy as a little bit apart from your person that you're thinking of. I'm trying to look for your energy, your side of the street, what you own, and hear their energy, their side of the street, what they own, separate from what you guys are doing together, which I'm going to see in the number 2 and number 3 positions in a second. But you are healing from a past relationship. So it's where some kind of deal, if this is your reading, you're not really over the past relationship. You haven't really got closure with the 4 of Swords, and you're in some process of healing. Now, your person's coming in feeling burdened, and I don't think this has anything to do with you yet. So I don't know if they've said to you, I feel burdened. Um, but they may have. I mean, it's a very strong energy. It's like they've really had enough of something. You know, it comes to mind an affair, but maybe if you guys haven't met, this could be someone that's in a relationship that they're very stressed and not happy in. They feel they would come in and tell you, I feel like I've done everything that I could do, and nothing helps, nothing works, and I just can't do anymore. So maybe that kind of energy, maybe you two are talking because you're like saying, well, I know how it is. You're saying Scorpio because, I was just burned and I'm still getting over it myself. You guys have really told each other your stories, no? Now, your energy, this is an interesting place to get the 8 of Cups. This is you once you're in the relationship. This is your partner once they're in the relationship. Okay? The Hanged Man energy. Wow. So you're thinking of someone. This really may be someone you haven't really had a relationship. You haven't really engaged in a relationship yet. Um, it's a bit confusing, because immediately they're in this hangman position when they relate to you, and you're in the energy of being emotionally just so you want to walk away from it, being done with it. You know, it's like you're sizing each other up, and uh, they're just sort of saying time out. What hangman a lot is just time out. And like football team, they don't waste a timeout unless there's something wrong. They need to figure it out. A better plan. Because they're looking at the other side and they're like, "Oh, this ain't gonna work." We're going to get creamed right now. So it's not good energy to be in reaction to you. Why would they be feeling like that? This is not about their old stuff, although, it may they may need time to sort out their old stuff. But still doesn't explain your Eight of Cups, your disinterest, your wanting to walk away. Uh, Maybe it's saying if this is your person, this relates. I'm trying to see how this can be helpful. In some way, um, you're not happy about them. Maybe they're being to you they're being indecisive. And to them they're just like, wow, there's a lot to unpack over here. And I was in the busy. They could say to you, look, I've been busy um, being 100% in a relationship where my partner gave zero, and it left me exhausted and very busy. And I need a minute to get it together, right, and put my head on right. And you're kind of like, I'm not real happy about that. I don't think I want to do this, you know. But your advice from Spirit is a Knight of Cups. Your advice is to do it. It's advice from Spirit. That's to proceed. Look at he's facing with his cup right towards your partner's advice. In your partner's advice, the Five of Swords. Now, the Spirit's not going to tell you to get into a violent argument, which is the Five of Swords in my mind. Although in this deck, it's a lot more contemplative, you know, in the way it's depicted. So you have to take that into the interpretation. Um, just look around, like, situational awareness. Make sure not a thunderstorm's not brewing. But I have a plastic bag. Worst comes to worst, so the cards are always protected. No worries there. Um, so he's looking right. You're looking right at them, sitting there in this Five of Swords energy. So I think this is beating themselves up in their own head. Cross watcher, let me know. Um, so they're taking a break, trying to look things for another perspective, and beating themselves up. And now, if they're in a Ten of Wands energy and they were doing everything in a relationship, there's something wrong with the way they're vibing. So, they got themselves into this energy by, at some point way before Ten of Wands. They should have said about seven, right? They should say, whoa, whoa, whoa. I mean, you're gonna have to do some of this. I'm not doing everything, but they didn't, and so now it's kind of this Five of Swords also too could almost be considered like the karmic consequences, which are going to be arguments in very strong ones, and probably endings here, fights, that end things. A lot of times we're in this Ten of Wands energy. And one of the main reasons we're in it is because we want to avoid this. It's like I'm there. I'd rather just fucking die, than have that fight, man. Oh, you know, that's what that is for them. I think Crosswatch, you let me know. I bet you resonate with that. Okay, so but you're looking at this and you're saying, I'm here, I'm ready for you. Well, this is what Spirit is advising you to do. But your response to them being in this hangman, like not being ready right away to join you, like needing a minute, and I don't even think it's necessarily rejecting you. It definitely probably not coming at you with the same energy that maybe you were looking for, because you're mostly not happy with it. But the Knight of Cups here being your advice, clearly saying give them a minute, give them support even. Like maybe turn your head around and look at it like if you really love and care about them, maybe this is the time, Mars's action, you take emotional action to give them support, think of Mars and Cancer, right? Or where it is now. But the one thing it can do in Cancer is to give support and care and caring and And this is simply just saying to them, wow, I get what you're going through, and but I love you anyway, and I wish I tell me what I can do to help you, and they'll probably say nothing, but it means a world that you. So instead of approaching them with some energy with this Eight of Cups, like, fuck it, I don't need this, and if you don't know your own mind, and fuck you, kind of energy, turning it around into like, okay, I get it. You need a minute. I'm here for you. I love you. I'm supportive. I'll hold space for you. And let's see what the advice is from Spirit, the magician. It's like the promise kind of with the magician here. There's a promise that the two of you can turn this around in some way. Um, and you would use all of your resources to do it, and you would do it as a couple. So I see this as very promising. If you looked at Gemini in your composite chart, I got a feeling there's something there that's going to be helpful in how you bring this together. Um, but I think it's coming in between you with your Knight of Cups and their Five of Swords, and it's basically supporting them. It's a little make a little fun. This is kind of like the Knight of Cups to the Five of Swords. Like your spouse comes home from work and says, "I was at work, and this person they did this, and they're da da da," and if you're the Knight of Cups, you come there and you hug them or whatever, and give them a rub and give them a kiss, and you say, you're right, honey. Those people are dicks or whatever. It's like even if clearly maybe because you're. I'm not saying maybe you should always do that, but this is the Knight of Cups how they would handle it. They're not going to be like, well, I don't know. If you look at, they're not like a Virgo. They're like, well, if you're objective, maybe you're the asshole, honey. No, 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 no. They're just going to be like, oh, let me get you a beer, or I'm sorry, and they are dicks, screw them, And so this is you guys coming together, man. And I think it involves you making a decision. This Knight of Cups, it's advice from Spirit. You don't have to take it. You can say, fuck this and move on. But it's saying that if you accept the fact of what they're going through and be, sympathetic and supportive, instead of just walking away from it, that there might be something here for you. Now, the Moon card as the outcome, very interesting outcome here. I'm going to go full bore on my beads because it's really getting windy, which feels great. Hope it's not affecting the sound. We'll see. But now we see the heart spread is fulfilled. I hope you can see it here. Basically, it's formed. And you're going to have the moon as the outcome. Um, so I think you end up together using this magician energy. Um, I think you're going to end up having a very untraditional relationship here. And it's going to be emotional relationship. You know, you seem to be the emotional one of the two, for sure. And maybe this Eight of Cups is because your Four of Swords energy. Maybe what that was about was your person wasn't there for you, and they didn't. They weren't there for you. And so when this person kind of stalled, you know, uh, you were like, "Fuck this! I'm not doing this again." And then maybe what the advice is like realize this is a different person. Maybe there's reasons. Maybe you realize that your other person, the reason they stalled, they were falling out of love with you. They were whatever, cheating on you, and you connected that with them having this energy of the hanged man. But sometimes people need to go into the hanged man energy for a minute, and it's always a timeout because they got to put a new play together. They get it that something isn't working. It's not exactly a bad response because this is them in the relationship responding to you, and they got a mess to clean up, basically, you know. And all of this is them. The Five of Swords, you're totally not in that. It's just you have to make a decision. Do you want to be supportive of them in some process they're going to take? And then work together with them and create ultimately, I think, some kind of, I think working together actually in some kind of intuitive way, where I don't know whether you're psychic or empaths or light workers or something like this. As you go forward, though, your challenge will be to the two of you, and this is the magician energy. I see you as moving in when you come together, being very, look at the cadent houses of a chart where they're the, the energies that are porous, you know, immutable. The Sagittarius, the Gemini, the Pisces energies, because you're going to be that way. You're going to be very mutable. I don't even want to say it's a challenge. It's like you're going to go forward with this magician in a way with the moon that you can really do anything you want. And I really strongly advise that both of you get together and think about anything you're not seeing. That's a good exercise. Talk to your friends about going forward together in any way. You know, obstacles you're not seeing, challenges, not in a spirit of let's fuck it up, but in the spirit of finding a direction. Because the not the challenge, but what you're going to have to negotiate is grounding all this eventually. You're going to be like the genie, you know, and that's cool. But eventually, you're going to want to have a couch to sit in, and a bank account, and a place to call your own. That's making sense, and that's what you're going to take out of it. But with the moon here, I see like two people coming together and just seriously manifesting, Scorpio. Being able to really manifest, being able to come together, and both the people saying like, let's just open up like the whole world and all the possibilities and stop putting limits on things, and let's manifest something that we neither of us have dreamed of before, but you dream of it, you dream it up together, and then you go there, Scorpio. Absolutely love it, you know. But let me know what you think. I do appreciate give me the thumbs ups, and really appreciate people subscribing. Thank you guys.